up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with a surprise review because Apple TV dropped an episode of Silo. Was it today or was it
Mhm.
yesterday? Today is Wednesday,
Today, it's today. It was today.
yes, 27th, right?
12
So
o'clock.
this
12
exactly.
o'clock a.m.
Wow. And you text me and you were like, yo, this joint is on. I was like, let's watch it, let's review it. So here we are. This joint
Mhm.
is so new. The episode is called Silo. This is episode number 3. This joint is so new, it doesn't even have an IMDb rating.
Yeah, it's fresh off the box.
Fresh out the box, man. Fresh out the box. So, Solo. What did you
Yeah.
think about this episode? And was there anything like riveting that you were like, oh, this is totally new to me, and wow, I'm totally into this even more?
Okay, there's a bunch of stuff that happened because basically this show is setting everybody up for what this season's going to be. All the key players are being put in place right now. We meant the solo guy that's in he's inside whatever what is the
Silo
armory? What was he in?
17.
He's in Silo 7. No, but what room is he in? Is he
He
in the
said
judiciary?
he
He's in
said he was in
something.
the no, he said he was in the vault.
He's in a vault
Mhm.
that has the information about the silo. He's in that vault, right? So we learn about him. He's dropping Juliet, that she didn't even know stuff she didn't understand. She's just like, "What? There's more." Spoiler alert: there's more silos, right? Like, there's a
Exactly.
bunch more.
Spoiler alert, because some people can't handle spoilers. I don't know why, I mean, we're all adults,
I'm
right?
sorry. I
Mhm.
apologize. All right, I'm sorry.
This
Spoiler
is
alert: there's more
this is a
silos. There's
spoiler,
50 of
okay?
them.
So I'm gonna put it out there. Oh boy left a comment on our last review of Silo episode number 2, and he made a good
Mhm.
point. So we'll just, good point. We'll just
I'm
mention
I'm
that we're
just
doing spoilers.
clarifying
Yeah,
this is a spoiler. There's 50 silos, all right?
yeah,
And
right.
she's in 18, all right?
And when old boy said, when Solo was like, when Solo said there were 50 silos and there were 3
Yeah, her
around us
face was
that he
like,
knew
"What
of,
what what?"
dude, she was like, I mean, what she thought, here's the weird thing, she thought that, what was
Mhm.
going on is so small compared to what she knows now. And it's just like, whoa. So
Yeah, this is a
she,
lot bigger than she
she like
thinks it is.
she almost lost her head literally. I was like, wow, this is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Solo, let me
There's a
ask you
couple things that crack me up in this
what?
episode
What?
too.
Okay, tell me what.
That the one about when he said, "Oh, you could just wear a fireman's suit," and she's like, "That's not designed for that." He's like, "Neither is your suit." Like, her face was like, "Yeah,
He's
you're
like,
right.
she
You're
was like,
right."
wow, this guy's pretty interesting. He knows his stuff. So Sims is he's kind of, I don't know what his deal is. I mean, I'm interested in knowing more about his story though.
Sims is playing ball, but he seems like he wants to be leader. He wants to run the silo himself because that's what he wanted to be the shadow for, so he could take over.
Right.
So like, I think he's just doing just enough so he don't get in trouble himself. Because that's the
Yeah.
problem. When you go up higher the ladder, it's easier to fall back down the ladder.
Right.
So that's the
Exactly.
thing. You gotta be extra careful when you're up there.
Mhm. Yo,
He's playing ball and then crying to his wife later. But they're filming that stuff too. He has
yeah.
to know that.
This episode, parts of it was dark again, right? But when
Yeah.
Juliet and Solo were sort of like on a platform in Silo
Mhm.
17, and they show like what was going on up top. Wow, this joint
Yeah,
was
they got
crazy.
explosions and stuff because
Yeah.
they were throwing the silo,
Yeah,
so
wow.
they they blew things up. So that's
And
a bunch
then
of things happen.
yeah, it
Water
was just
destruction.
everything. I mean, like, wow, man, that joint, but you really couldn't see it because that part of the episode
It's
was
dark.
it was
It's
dark,
dark as hell.
You gotta watch this
Yeah.
on if you have like a M4 iPad Pro,
Mhm.
that's what you really have to watch it on for
The
real.
HDR.
HDR or something like that.
Dude, my
Um,
TV's crap. I know my TV's crap.
so when
I'm just kidding.
Bernard and Meadows went into their vault, now we know what the vault
Mhm.
like. It's all about like just the order, the pack, the whole nine, right?
Dude, that is high tech in that vault. Whereas everyone's got these old Commodore 64 computers. That vault is high tech.
The keys on the keyboards, it's like the old school joint, like tap tap
That's a
tap tap. I'm
old
like,
Commodore.
what
Yeah,
is
it's a
going on here?
Commodore.
Oh my
You gotta
goodness.
flex your muscles to press a button, man. Like that's the whole keyboard.
When Meadows was going through like some of the things inside the order, the pack, right? And I was just like, whoa,
Mm.
all this stuff is written down. Like you have to kill this person, you have to kill that person, you have to
Yeah, yeah,
create,
there's the
you have to
rules.
smash a
They've
rebellion.
thought this
You know,
through.
I was
They,
like, that's the government, doing stuff against their own people.
yeah, but like this is the thing. Because you're underground in this thing, like it's basically a tinderbox. And you got to keep people want they have to want to stay down there. They have to follow the rules. So if you're on the lower level, you got to stay in the lower level. You can't go up. There's a bunch of things that is against you. And so they have to have it this way. There's no other way. I don't think you can run it unless it's this way.
Yeah.
Like
Meadows,
it's a factor.
Meadows, she said something really interesting. She was like, and we said this last week too. She was just like, people are
Mhm.
not meant to live underground. And I was just, and we were talking about the vitamin D thing, right? I was just like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, wow. And she was just like, I want out because I'm not supposed to, live underground.
Mhm,
Every time I see this season specifically, right, 3 episodes in,
mhm.
I'm watching it
Yeah.
and I'm just like, wow, like who can live in a silo? Like who can live someplace like that?
Dude, I'm not gonna make it, man. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
I need freedom, bro. I need freedom. I would not make it. I'd probably be there for a couple months and be like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm going outside the wild. We'll go clean, you know?
I mean,
Let
they
me
have
out."
cornfields and everything else. I'm just like, wow, this is an amazing show, man. It's like really, really well
Mhm.
written. The
Yeah.
I forget the director's name who did this show, but the last 2 episodes, Michael
Mhm,
Diner, I think his name is Michael Diner. He not created, he directed those 2 episodes. I can see the different
mhm,
style too, and I'm like, oh, okay, because I was hoping that he did this episode, directed this episode, but someone else did. Do you see?
mhm.
Did you see a difference in the style between this episode and the last 2 episodes?
Yeah, I think this is, I guess, more character driven, especially like the action sequence where they tried to overthrow judicial down there, and the police deputies. It made it entertaining, but also they got to keep it low key because it's like 20 people, so you got to make it look interesting in your hall. 20 people in the hallway.
Yeah,
So, but like, I say visually because you can only do so much because this is your like how it has to look. It's got to be this color. It's got to be this dark. Like you can only do so much with what you're going on here. But I listen, I like the show regardless of whoever's directing. I'm indifferent to that. The
mhm.
show is solid and the acting is great and the tension is high. Like you can feel the tension in every episode. Tension's high.
You
Even though
know,
I know what's going on, I'm still like, "Oof, I hope
yeah.
it's okay." Like,
You know what? This episode, this was an emotional episode for me. Not that I was crying or anything like that, but just knowing a bit more about like the politics of the silo. Dr. Nicholas, when he was, this woman, she was like, hey,
yeah,
you know
because he
what? I'm
wasn't
in
supposed to
line.
get that pass, so she
Right,
could have
I'm
kids.
serious, right? So when he pulled up her information, it says perform like tell her that you have taken the birth control device out,
Yeah, but don't do it.
but don't do it. And I was just like, wow, dude. Like that was emotional right there for me. Everything that Meadows
But this
said
is the
inside the
thing.
vote was emotional too.
You have to do your shady stuff to keep the vault intact, unfortunately. That's the thing, I don't like it. To me, it feels uncomfortable watching them do all this stuff.
It
But,
does it
from their
really?
perspective, yeah, man, it makes
Yeah.
honestly, it makes me feel uncomfortable watching them do all the like, from their perspective, if they don't do this stuff, this thing's gonna blow up like 17. Like, every little you're in a tinderbox. Every little thing that happens will make you try and overthrow the government. You gotta pull out real guns and actually it's like it's a mess. You have to have everybody on board with the mission, not asking any questions, not thinking about stuff. You have to do it this way. There's no other way. Because basically, the human mind is always trying to be free and do whatever it wants.
Yeah.
Like it's just you're fighting that.
Yeah,
Your
exactly.
intuition tells you this is weird.
Mhm.
We should be able. Why can't we go outside? Like it doesn't matter. If people are dying. You should feel like I should be able to if I want to anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Just like
that's just
mhm.
human nature.
Yeah. Do
You
you?
you can't corral human nature without bullying them into it.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Now that
Mhm,
I'm understanding the politics of season 2 of Silo, I'm just like, wow, this is
mhm.
you have to really be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? When you're watching this
Dude, it's
joint,
dark. When
if
you sit down and think about it, it's
you think
dark.
it's
It's
dark,
very
I
dark.
think it's dark too. Not
Yeah,
like
no, it
literally
is.
it is dark, but
Not
but
visually. I mean, like
visually it's
mentally,
dark,
it is.
but
And the things you
mentally it's
have to
kind of
do
dark. Yeah.
to maintain your thing, your silo
Right.
underground, to
Hmm.
maintain it. You do some stuff most people wouldn't be comfortable with. That's why like certain people can't be leaders. You have to pick the type of people that are we're gonna maintain this thing for the good. Like both Bernard and what's the judge? I forgot the judge's name. Like
Meadows.
they're Meta. She don't like any of this stuff,
She's ready
but
to go
she goes
outside.
along with it.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, but she goes along with it just to keep the peace or whatever. But she don't like any of it. She don't believe it either. But she's for it though. That's the
Yeah.
crazy part. You have to go along with stuff you don't like because that's the part of being a leader in this Tinder box of 10,000 people who can at any moment overrun you, and it's too late. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Shirley, she's her sort of character is building as well.
Mhm.
And Billings,
I never
right?
liked her, but I like her now.
I
Like
like her now, but Billings, man,
I
where?
think he's playing dumb. I think
Okay,
he's aware
really?
about what's going on.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
was
I
about
think
to
he
say it seems like he's
understands.
slow, but I guess he's just playing dumb, huh?
Nah, nah. I think he's playing the character because he doesn't. Basically, he understands. Look, he reads the book of the manual for how to run the silo, right?
Mhm,
If you read that thing, you know what you can and can't do and what they're capable of doing to you. And so, like, it's better you keep your head down and just follow along for your peace.
mhm.
Like, especially because he's got a medical condition that he's not eligible to do anything.
Yeah.
So it's better he keeps his head down and just goes like, all right, this is what we're
Mhm.
doing. Okay.
But
See me out of it.
when he told Meadows about that condition, she said, it's not. She said it's a condition of living underground. It's not you. It's just people living underground. We may have this.
Mhm,
So here's something that's kind of interesting that they just dropped on us. When Juliet was inside of Silo 17 talking to Solo, and Solo was basically
mhm.
saying, there was a man who went out and he went over the hill just like you. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, she freaked out when she
does that
realized what happened. She's like, "Uh-oh."
right? So is there someone else who's out there that she may bump into?
I think that guy's dead. That guy's got this is decades ago. This is when this thing happened. It's been a minute.
I
So
mean,
either he survived and went to another silo, they let him in,
mhm,
which is I no, that's possible though.
yeah, they
Because
generally don't though.
they
Mhm,
still don't know what's killing everybody outside,
right. Mhm,
which is a spoiler, and I'm not gonna say it here. I don't want to anger people. It's a
mhm,
spoiler. But it's uh they don't know. So I think that like from her perspective, the odds that she's gonna run into him is low. Cause basically unless this guy had a special suit and he got out of this area zone or whatever.
mhm.
Maybe. I don't know. He's got other air pockets or something. That's a long time, man. It's like 30 years,
Maybe
whatever it
he's
is.
maybe he's a president or a senator in another silo. Who knows?
I mean, it's possible, but I'm just saying, like that that person get freaked her out when she realized, like, just because she didn't clean is the reason why this silo went up in flames.
Right. Mhm.
And she's like, I was like, oh wait, I did that
I got to
too,
go back
and I
to
went over
save
the hill
10,000
too.
people.
She's like,
Right.
I gotta go
Exactly.
right back and
Right.
calm this thing down just in case, which is wild, but yeah.
But okay, so when she goes back, what does she do? She just cleans the glass and then go back to like, Silo 17 and her and
No,
Solo
she's
have
gotta
like chicken
go back
stew.
into 18. She's gotta close the door and be like, "Hey, it's dangerous outside. We can't go. I survived for a little bit, but it's not worth it. We can't go. We gotta stay here." That's what she has to do.
So she's
She
she's
can't
got
give
to
any implication that's possible to go outside. She
she's
can't
not
do
going to
that.
lie. She's not going to lie. She's not. She's just going
No,
to,
but she knows that
mhm,
because they don't know that Silo 17 died. They don't know that.
right.
So she's like, I went to the silo, they opened the door, everybody's dead. So we gotta stay and keep the door closed. We're good. going forward. That's what
Wow,
she
man.
has to do.
Putting that camera inside of like her helmet. Wow, man. That was just like some
But this is the
straight
thing.
gangster
It
stuff.
these are there's little secrets that shows you this show is way in the future. And it's not a little bit. It is way in the future. There's little hints. Like the vault itself, like the
Mhm.
way it's designed, that's future tech. That's not regular tech. The
When you
computers in
say
there.
when you say way in the future, give me a date. Just guesstimate.
Like 2300, twenty
Oh,
four hundred in the
okay,
future.
that's not too far.
A couple hundred years is pretty far in the future
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
from how we view things.
but you know what? They were still shooting regular guns, pow, 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 and I was just like, really? At least they don't have
Nah, the
like,
guns ain't gonna go away.
right, exactly. At least they didn't. At least they're not playing like today's music or anything like that, which would have just like freaked me out.
They got clubs, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's clear that they're hiding how far ahead in the future they are
Mhm.
because everything is so retro. It looks like this is in the past or current day, but it's not. It's up there. It's high enough that maybe they have flying cars outside in reality or something. Who knows what was going on at that time frame before they got into the vault?
Yeah,
But there's little hints, there's subtle hints inside the show that lets you know, like having that camera and be able to put on the screen whatever they want for her to see
yeah.
and have that thing all mapped out is pretty far in the future.
Well,
That's not
here's the other thing. Two things, right? So, okay,
Mhm.
using that camera, first of all, you're like underground, like thousands,
Yes.
So it's just like there needs to be something outside in order for you to receive that signal through your heavy concrete or whatever
Yeah,
whatever your
satellites or
right
something. I
exactly
don't know
right.
what they're doing.
And then here's the other
They're
thing, right?
connected.
And then when they walked into the vault, Bernard and Meadows, that was some high
Mhm.
tech right there, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Like there's little hints that this is way in the future. Couple hundred years in the future is pretty far for them
Wow.
and for us.
That is crazy, man. So we are talking about Silo, season number 2, episode number 3, Solo. Keo, what are you going to rate this episode?
I give it an 8. A simple 8.
Simple
Nice and
8, huh?
round.
Mhm. I am also going to give this episode an 8. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I'm DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.